top on Fox 4 News, a heartbreaking story out of Cape Coral. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Jane Monreal. Police are trying to track down the person who stole a go-kart from a child who has already been through a lot. 7-year-old Connor was diagnosed with leukemia 2 years ago. His parents got him this go-kart as a present after being released from the hospital back in 2016. But when they woke up Wednesday morning, Connor's gift was stolen.
I'm really hoping whoever did steal it, if they can just please return it, no questions asked. That way we don't have to have the conversation that his go-kart is gone.
Connor's mom says his go-kart was one of the only things that made him feel like a normal kid. And she went on to say that you don't know who could be affected when you steal someone's belongings. Authorities are looking for the person responsible for several smash-and-grab robberies outside South Lee County gyms this week. At least 6 cars at 3 locations had their windows smashed and items stolen from inside during this spree. The incidents happened at the LA Fitness and Crunch Fitness on Bonita Beach Road and Around the Clock Fitness on Alico Mission Way. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS. There is a $3,000 reward and you can remain anonymous. The latest test results from Florida Fish and Wildlife show a flare-up of red tide around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. The agency released their daily sample map today. It shows high concentrations of red tide detected in Boca Grande Pass and Gasparilla Sound, as well as several miles off Captiva and Sanibel Island. Medium concentrations of red tide have been detected offshore off of Boca Grande and south of Sanibel. And the entire east coast of the state is free of red tide, at least according to these tests, but blooms are still active in parts of the Panhandle. Plenty of shoppers here in Southwest Florida taking advantage of those Black Friday deals. One of our crews got to Best Buy around 6 this morning, and there were about 50 people waiting in line. Some were waiting for TVs, others for games, and customers told us it was worth the wait.
We got here at 5, and I'm really tired.
Getting a little nap on the concrete, not that bad.
Just trying to save money, time of year.
There you go. There is a price to pay, though, huh? Best Buy is now closed for the day, but their next big shopping event is Cyber Monday. But if you set up an online account, you'll get early access to those online doorbusters. It is the season of giving, and one group of friends paid it forward by giving more than $2,000 to shoppers for Thanksgiving. They told our Rachel Lloyd they do it every year, but there is something special about this year.
It's all about paying it forward for the folks here at Platinum Fitness. It's an annual tradition, and this year, they say they were able to donate more money than ever before.
From our Sears.
Come here, brother.
His amount of emotion on his face was something that I'll never forget.
Kyle Amrine and his Platinum Fitness team donated $2,500 to 20 random shoppers at a Fort Myers Walmart Thanksgiving Day.
Mike, what did he say?
Really? His father just died.
We have a couple of those every year where we just kind of get them at that critical time in their life, and it just has that much more of an impact for them and us.
It's their 3rd year doing this, and this is the most money they've raised so far. Thanks to a lot of $5 donations from gym members, they nearly doubled what they raised their first go-around. The Platinum Fitness team donated about $100 to each family they helped. Amrine says people's reactions are priceless.
Initially, it's kind of shock and disbelief in their face, and then it's just pure gratitude, which is really why we do it. It's an unbelievable feeling.
Michael DeLeo says the most memorable donation was to parents who used it as a teachable moment.
They were talking to their children about it, giving their children a lesson and to paying it forward to somebody else during the holiday season. So sharing that with their family, that really made it worthwhile.
And they're not done with the holiday giving.
We'll be raising $20,000 to buy 100 kids Christmas gifts this year. So it's an amazing feeling to be able to give back. Really just show the community that we care and we're here for them.
They say they're pretty close to reaching their goal. They've already raised $16,000 since they started collecting donations this month. In Fort Myers, Rachel Lloyd, Fox 4 in your corner.
Good story. Thanks, Rachel. A pair of small business owners are banding together to help a Marco Island woman. Fox 4's Adam Pinsker introduces us to Laura Gunga, who's battling 2 forms of cancer at the same time.
Laura Gunga used to be a busy woman, working 3 jobs until she noticed something wrong with herself.
I felt really tired, like exhausted than usual, because I'm a person who worked out twice a day. and I was full energy.
Doctors told her in October she had stage 3 breast cancer.
Spread it under my armpits, lymph nodes.
Laura travels to Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa once a week for treatment. Soon she will need a mastectomy.
They start treating me with 2 different kinds of chemo. It's not just one. And chemo by itself, it's not easy.
With Laura not able to get around easy and her medical bills mounting, her friends Miranda Skinner and Nora Halimi sprang into action. They are donating 10% of sales at Miranda's Hair World and Bijou Boutique in Marco Island to help pay for Laura's bills.
When you have cancer, your rent bills goes anyhow, your phone bills. Then you have your grocery shopping, like even those little things, everything adds up.
Miranda and Nora also launched a GoFundMe account, but with Laura's medical debt approaching 6 figures, they need more help.
We've also been reaching out to the local community, churches, other foundations to see what they could do to help us out.
Even if it's not money, Laura needs people to give her rides to the grocery store and to doctor's appointments. Still, Laura, who moved to the United States from Kosovo a decade ago, is grateful for the help she is getting.
The only family is here, all of my friends there, my family. They support and being always on my side. So I don't feel alone.
In Marco Island, Adam Pinsker, Fox 4, in your corner.
If you want to help Laura, we have information on our website, fox4now.com, including a link to her GoFundMe page. The death toll continues to rise in the wake of the massive wildfire in Northern California. CAL FIRE says 84 people have been killed and 3 firefighters have been injured. Officials say tens of thousands of homes and businesses have been destroyed as well. Because of recent rain in the area, the fire is now 95% contained, but that rain's also causing fears of flash flooding and mudslides. A new government report has a dire warning about the impact of climate change on the health and economy of the United States. The 4th National Climate Assessment says the costs of dealing with climate change could reach hundreds of billions of dollars annually by the end of the century. It predicts hotter temperatures, fewer crops, more wildfires, the loss of sea life, and rising sea levels. The report attributes all of this to human activity. The moment a home in St. Paul, Minnesota exploded is captured on a restaurant surveillance video. Gotta check this out. Officials suspect this blast was caused by a natural gas line. There you see it down the street. But they're still investigating to make sure the exact cause. Meanwhile, fire crews are determining the extent of the damage. The entire block where that house is located has been condemned, displacing at least 11 people. A man in his 60s was found inside of what remained of the house, and it looks like there's barely anything there, and amazingly survived. He was taken to an area hospital and is expected to recover. An American missionary killed on a remote island in India. The dangers facing him when he was trying to convert an endangered tribe to Christianity. Hundreds of sea turtles recovered off the coast of Cape Cod, with only a few dozen surviving. What's to blame for their deaths, and the next step for the surviving reptiles? And although hurricane season is coming to an end, people are still recovering from last year's destructive season. What a group did to help Puerto Rico get their lights back on months after Hurricane Maria hit.
Live from the station that's in your corner, you're watching Fox 4 News at 11.
Authorities in India are trying to determine if they can recover the body of an American missionary killed by an isolated tribe there, in a story that's made headlines around the world. Fox News correspondent Amy Kellogg reports from Milan, Italy.
Some say it was an act of faith. Others say the mission was reckless. John Allen Chow, a 26-year-old missionary and self-described adventurer, killed earlier this week while trying to convert a remote tribe on an island in the Indian Ocean to Christianity. The tribe, known as the Sentinelese, are well known for violently resisting all contact by outsiders. And experts are saying Chow ignored what he must have known was a very significant risk.
They are throwing bows and they are throwing spears. He may get killed. And yet he decided to take his boat there and go just in front of them.
Notes left behind by Chow show he did know the tribe reacts violently to outsiders, but he believed God would protect him, a belief reinforced by his first contact on the island, a small boy who shot an arrow into a Bible he was carrying. The fishermen Chow hired to take him to the island, as well as several others, are now under arrest and could face charges of accomplice to murder.
We apprehended these 7 people who supported John Allen Chow, actively facilitated him.
Now local officials are working on a plan to recover the body, but that won't be easy. Visits to the island are severely restricted, in part because the tribe has absolutely no resistance to any modern diseases.
We should respect their freedom, we should respect their rights, we should respect their life also.
The Chow family has released a statement saying they forgive the tribesman for killing Chow and that he only had love for the Sentinelese people. In Milan, Amy Kellogg, Fox News.
Environmentalists say extremely cold temperatures off Cape Cod have caused the death of dozens of sea turtles. We do want to warn you that some of you might find some of these images disturbing. These pictures are courtesy of Mass Audubon. The environmental group says 227 cold-stunned turtles have been recovered from the Gulf of Maine since Wednesday, but only 54 of them survived. They're now being warmed and will be shipped to other aquariums for eventually to be released. Mass Audubon's director blamed the deaths on climate change, saying the Gulf of Maine was too cold for sea turtles to come into until recent years.